Okay, so this is the 66 panel truck, panel delivery, whatever you want to call it. When I got it, had 4 windows in it back in the panel area, which I didn't really care for. One was broken. We popped that guy out and welded in a piece of sheet metal, and it seemed to be okay everywhere except for right here. So it's a little high here and a little low here. And if I push on it, get some oil canning going on. So it pops here and goes in here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move on to this guy, pop this window out. Maybe I can pop that back where it needs to be before I put that window in, because this is high here. I don't know if you can see that, but it's high here and then low in here. We got to get that straightened out before we do any more welding. I'll show you the process of popping one of these windows out and getting some metal and tracing it out and welding it in. Hang tight. Okay, so I'm just gonna start with razor knife, olfa knife, whatever you want to call it, and we'll just kind of stick her in here because we're not planning on saving anything. We just don't care. We're just gonna go ahead and start cutting away at her. These things do have this lock strip in them. So I mean, like, if you wanted to, you could pull that lock strip out, and then in theory you should be able to pop the glass out from behind it. But we are talking about old rubber here. I don't know if you've ever taken an old rubber off, but let's just get this out of here. And that's it. That's how easy that is. So I think what I'll do, I want to try and straighten this out first. You probably see just how bad that is. Looking in there now, I don't know. You see that? Or as opposed to that side, it does have a crown to it for sure. But this has got a high and a low. This is the high and that's the low. Anyway, I'm gonna do some hammering and dollying and see what I can't get going on there. Maybe I'll leave you on with this. I just got myself one of these cheap little Harbor Freight, Princess Auto, Uncle Wiener hammer and dolly kits. Nothing extravagant. Let's see what we can't see. Okay, so next up we're gonna cut ourselves out some tin. This is just some sheet metal I picked up at Lowe's, Home Depot, that kind of thing. It's 24 by 48 and it's 22 gauge. I'm gonna be honest with you, I would prefer 20 gauge, but that's not what I could get my mitts on. So I got the 22. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna cut this up. I'm just gonna use these these snips here. I'll cut out my section, and then what I'll do is I'll put it up in the hole, mark it out with a marker, and cut it to size. I don't know if you can see, like up here, for example, you can see that's not really straight, right? That kind of buggers off like so. So, can you see that? I don't know if you can or not. I'll tell you what, I certainly can though. And then, of course, down here, I carved that chunk out of there where she was getting pretty thin. So anyway, maybe I'll set you up over here. I don't know if there's too much to see on this. I could probably put it on fast forward or something, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. What are you going to see? You'll see me work. Basically a big pair of scissors. And knock yourself out. This high spot here is still high. I think what I might do is get the rest of this all tacked up, get that zip, that tacked, and then basically force this to play ball. We'll see what happens. I don't know. I could be wrong. Maybe it'll work, maybe it won't. I guess we're gonna find out here anyway. All right, so let's take a look at what challenges I'm facing here. I have this nastiness. Remember that? We were talking about it before. Well, I don't think I can hammer it down. I think I actually need to remove some material from here to get her to lay down. I'm sure somebody is sitting at home right now screaming, no! But yeah, I don't know. I don't know what else to do. I can't really, nor do I want to push this out to match that. I would rather pull this in to match this. Does that make sense? This is nice and flat. This is not concave. This is pushed out right here. I don't know why. I don't know what caused it. I don't know if it was, obviously it was pre-existing, but at any rate, I don't know. Maybe I will. Yeah, I think I'm gonna cut a little slice in there and see what I can do. Grab some popcorn. This could be real bad. I don't know. We'll see. See what happens. All right, let's take a look. Let's take a look at what's going on here. Let's see here. Okay, so got a series of tacks on here. They're okay. Some of them are pretty gapped up here. So we got some bridge tacks going on. That sucks. Not a fan of it, but what can you do? So here, it was so bowed out, I felt the best thing to do was put a relief cut in it and then weld it back. So that's what I did. So originally I think I'd cut it to about here somewhere. Folded that in. Hey man, it was great. And then here was high. So then I cut that, welded that back together. Hey, great. But now right here is a little bit high. And I have a feeling I'm probably going to chase that. It seems like it's high right in here. I don't know if you remember at the beginning we were talking about how it was low here. I think it's actually high here. So, and that high spot ends, it's like this little circle right here. So if I cut that across, does it end there? I don't know. If I cut it there and weld it up, am I just not going to move it here? Maybe. But I can't leave that there. I don't know if you can even, how well it shows up on camera. It's pretty substantial, like right here. So I think I am going to cut it and run some weld in there, as much as I really don't want to. I think I'm going to. There is that brace back here, which is going to clean up a bit of a bugger, but I just can't leave it. So yeah, I tell you, I guess this ain't over yet. I was going to move on to the next phase, but I guess we're still cutting in welding. Now listen, I know what you guys are thinking. You're thinking that, Ron, that looks like a lot of Bondo. And listen, that's a lot of Bondo. I'm not gonna lie. We'll see how much I take off in the morning, I guess. You know, I'm hoping it's one of those breakthrough moments where a lot comes out. I'm a little concerned because this spot seems kind of high to me. See that there? We'll see how it plays out in the morning. I'm going to leave this for right now though. And we'll come back in the morning. We'll take another look at it. We'll hit it with the sander. Those 40 grits, that's those guys there. They really seem to knock it down pretty good. So we'll hit it with that again and see where we end up. Tomorrow I would like to take this thing, throw some paint on it, maybe even just primer, I don't care. And then get this thing turned around so we can do the other side. Because if you look inside there, you see those windows? Yeah, that's the other side. We got 2 more to do. I don't need any smart ass comments about, will I have enough Bondo? I'll have to go buy some. But anyway, there we are. We'll come back in the morning and try to get this wrapped up. to go, I guess. Get the paint on there. Actually, that last little bit, that kind of tan stuff over top. The chocolate brown was just a little too brown. So I found some like tan paint or whatever. Actually vinyl dye, if I'm being honest. And just kind of dusted it on top of there. I'll probably just kind of leave that for now. Get the truck turned around and maybe get started on the other windows. And then I'll come back to this when I'm ready to complete the rest of the body work, which you can see there's quite a bit to do. So we'll get into, getting that laser flat at that point. At this point, I'm about to go up north for 2 weeks. It's early December. Right now I can get this thing out and drive it back in. The weather is working in my favor, but you can see with these tires, well, they're all basically the same. If you can do it now. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna call this done for now. We'll get back to it when, like I say, when we do the body work. And we got, well, have you seen the video where I picked this thing up and go through to see what it needs? It needs quite a bit. We're gonna do the rear quarter back there, patch panel. We're gonna patch up that wheel well. We're gonna patch this, the bottom of the doors, the rockers, the front fender, the whole 9 yards. For now, we'll just call this guy done, and we'll see you on the next one.